The next president of the United States, Senator Barack Obama.
Barack Obama is coming out swinging. With just over a month to go before the crucial Iowa caucuses, Obama has really sharpened his rhetoric on the stump, and voters seem to like it.
I hear candidates saying, elect me because I've been in Washington a long time. I know how to play the game better. We don't need somebody who knows how to play the game better. We need somebody to put an end to the game playing. That's what we need in America right now. Somebody who's going to be straightforward and honest.
Wow, thank you.
You know who he's talking about there. He's talking about Hillary.
Much. I hope you'll consider caucusing for me on January 3rd.
And over the course of a long day on the campaign trail with Obama this weekend, we were struck by how directly, how personally he is now willing to take on Hillary Clinton, his main rival and the Democratic national frontrunner.
Senator Clinton is claiming basically the entire 8 years of the Clinton presidency as her own, except for the stuff that didn't work out, in which case she says she has nothing to do with it.
We caught up with Obama early Saturday morning at Chicago's Midway Airport, not far from his home, for a flight to western Iowa over the frozen fields and rivers. On board, he read a bit and chewed some Nicorette gum. He's been trying to quit smoking. This trip is a challenge for Obama, taking him through rural counties where Democrats are more conservative and relatively scarce, and African Americans even scarcer. But like any good politician, he works quickly to put people at ease.
How was Thanksgiving? Great.
You had a good time?
Did you eat enough? But you got to do that.
I was out for the count after 2 plates. There was a time when I could get away with 3, but not anymore.
And he has some fun with the crowd here and elsewhere with the recent genealogical discovery that he is distantly related to Vice President Cheney.
Well, it doesn't help when you put my cousin, Dick Cheney, in charge of energy policy. So everybody's got a black sheep in the family.
It's part of his sell that he can cross all the lines that divide us. Confidence is not something this man lacks.
What are you doing out here in western Iowa? It's rural. I wouldn't think it's Barack Obama country out here.
You know, every place is Barack Obama country once Barack Obama's been there. No, look, this is, we purposely come to areas like this, and as we travel along this western part of Iowa, this is more conservative, more rural community. It's not necessarily my natural constituency. But what we find is that when we get a chance to talk to people and interact with them and answer questions, that we've got a good base of support in these areas. So in some ways, I actually enjoy these more.
Obama seems to be enjoying some momentum throughout Iowa right now. The most recent ABC News Washington Post poll has him leading Hillary Clinton by 4 points. That's within the margin of error, but it's a big reason the campaign rhetoric has gotten hotter and sharper recently. And Senator Clinton is zeroing in on the question of experience, taking specific aim at this claim Obama made in Iowa recently.
The strongest experience that I have is in foreign relations is the fact that I spent 4 years living overseas when I was a child in Asia, in Southeast Asia. And my father's from Kenya. That's where I got my name from. He's passed away now, but I still have family there.
Clinton pounced on that like a cat on a goldfish.
And with all due respect, I don't think living in a foreign country between the ages of 6 and 10 is foreign policy experience.
That was a pretty sharp jab.
We must be doing pretty well in Iowa. She wasn't paying much attention to what I said before then. Yeah.
But she does. Her claim is that as somebody who was in the White House, lived in the White House for 8 years, she's far more prepared to deal with world problems than you are.
Look, if this is a resume contest, then she certainly doesn't have the strongest resume of the people on the stage. I think that, if the question is longevity in Washington, then probably the top 3 candidates right now in the Democratic primary can't make that claim. The question is, who's got the judgment and the vision to move the country forward?
Hello there, how you doing?
But Obama is going farther in his attack on Hillary Clinton and challenging the basic argument of her campaign, that her experience at Bill Clinton's side makes her the best qualified candidate to be president.
I have no problem with her making claims on behalf of her work as First Lady being relevant to the presidency. That's her prerogative. What she can be is selective in terms of, cherry picking and making determinations that she's now suddenly the face of foreign policy, that she, shaped economic policy, except for the stuff that didn't work out, in which case that was somebody else's problem or somebody else's fault.
So you think her being First Lady isn't all that, isn't as much as she's claiming?
Well, look, I have no doubt that, she's an intelligent, capable woman. There's no doubt that Bill Clinton had faith in her and consulted with her on issues in the same way that I would consult with Michelle if there were issues. On the other hand, I don't think Michelle would claim that she is the best qualified person to be a United States Senator by virtue of me talking to her on occasion about the work that I've done.
Ready to go. Let's go change the world. Thank you, everybody.
The message is clear. Obama is game for a fight. And when we come back, why he thinks he can win. Out on the campaign trail with Barack Obama, some things are getting a little old, like lunch.
Is it chicken or fish? Is it chicken? Chicken? Rice for change. Did we get rice? Yeah.
Whatever he's eating, it's working for Obama as he is hitting his stride on the stump in this state after some poor reviews earlier in the campaign.
We've got enough of folks like that in Washington. We don't need another politician who's not saying what he thinks.
He's not a perfect candidate. He can, like all of them, drone on a bit here and there, but he's clearly having fun.
All right. Thanks so much, everybody.
And some of that fun is coming at Hillary and Bill Clinton's expense, like this little jab, a reference to Hillary's staff getting caught planting a question in a crowd.
All right. This is the fun part. We got some time for questions and answers. These questions have not been pre-screened or predetermined. You can just give me your best shot.
Well, there's this answer to a questioner later in the day.
They've asked other presidents that were running, did they inhale? Is that?
I did. It's not something I'm proud of. It was a mistake as a young man, but, I mean, I'm not going. I never understood that line. The point was to inhale. That was the point.
One reason Obama's getting tough in Iowa now is because he has, like others, bet the farm here.
One of the things you're telling voters here is that Iowans will choose the next leader of the free world.
Yeah.
Sounds to me like you're saying if you lose here, you're done.
No, but what I think is true is that, and this is true of all candidates, not just me, I think if you don't do well in Iowa, it's going to be hard to make up for it later. Just because the calendar now is so compressed that I think it actually has magnified the influence of these early states.
But are you also saying that if Hillary can't be stopped here, she's not going to be stopped?
Well, there's another way of looking at it. If I can't be stopped here.
But that Iowa's do or die. So if you
don't... Look, I don't think anything's do or die. But what I will say is this. I think that you have to do well. If you don't make a certain cut in Iowa, I think you're going to have problems elsewhere.
But it's not necessarily first.
Oh, I don't think you have to be first. But I do think that you've got to do well. And certainly I would suggest that the overwhelming favorite who has been touted as inevitable over the last 6 months better win Iowa. Don't you think?
Expectations came on her.
Well, that's all I know is you guys have been measuring the curtains for a while. And you're telling me she can get away with not winning Iowa?
But Obama still must answer a fundamental question. Is he ready? At 46, he's been in the Senate less than 3 years.
This whole argument about, well, he speaks well, he's got good ideas, but he needs more experience. You hear that sometimes. What they really mean is I haven't been in Washington long enough. They want to boil all the hope out of me.